So my color palette is already ready. If you want really good works, first thing, be disciplined. Arrange your works from light to dark tone, right? And for darker, I'm also including black here, but I'm not going to use black in initial stages. This is just for end. Black and white we always include because without this we can't create multiple shades. Let's say we have just one red, right? And we want to create multiple shades of red. So in that case, either you can look for darker tones with which, let's say, if you want more darker tone of red, so you can mix red plus this color, which is violet. Or you can mix, if you want more darker tone, you can mix a red plus black, right? But with black, be careful, don't put lot of color. Don't put much pressure. Just use very light hand with your blacks. Okay. So let's start now. If you're working with digital reference, I have suggested to you yesterday that what you have to do, just zoom that area. Zoom that area as much as possible. Now, what will happen? You will only focus on this subject. You are not going to focus on entire thing. So that means distraction will be less, right? So when we are working on any area, you should have both. Your physical reference should be with you and your digital reference should be with you. So this is a way to work. Now here, let's study this thing, right? This subject is not too sharp. Can you see the corners, the edges part? These are not too sharp. It is not too sharp and not too blurry, somewhere in middle, right? And even here you can see we have these 3 to 4 kind of highlights here. So here the highlight is less, but mostly here is more highlight. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 spots I can see there are highlights, and then here is little bit highlight here. So these are the things you have to study in advance before applying your colors. That what colors I can see here. So yesterday we discussed what colors we can see here. It's like I can see few warm colors. So for warm colors, you can either start with orange or you can start with yellow if you want to create more good warmth in that area, right? So we will go like this: yellow, then orange, then red, then little bit more darker red, and then to create more darker shades like here these area you can see. So I'm not going to use immediate darker tones like violet or black. I'm going to avoid those. First of all, in the family of red, see which darker red you have. So you can pick maroons. Okay, you can pick maroon here, you can pick maroon here. Even we can use browns. So browns are also family of red. So look for the family. So yesterday I told you about the analogous colors. Use the color which are sitting next to each other in a color wheel, not opposite. Okay. Right. So here again, if you do that squinting exercise, if you quickly squint your eyes and just see which areas you can see dark and which areas you can see light. So if I squint my eyes, what I can see this area is looking dark. The half of this tomato is looking dark. This area is looking brighter to me, this entire area. And then I can see highlights here. And I'm not talking about this because this is completely different, but it is quite dark, right? So one shade I can see here, this is one shade of dark red, and this is the another shade which is light red, and then we have highlights. So these 3 tones we can see here, right? And rest here, the stem part, this is quite darkest tone. So here again, I'm not going to use immediate black, but what I can do, I can use mix of sap green and some dark, maybe black or maybe violet, right? So let's start now. Here. is my shade card. So you can prepare this shade card in advance. Okay. So yesterday we have done how to select the color palette. Even I'm going to show you here the color mixing. So that's why I have kept this area. Okay. So first I'm going to start. Let's pick from this which one I want. So I will pick this color, which is deep yellow, right? This deep yellow color I have. And I have this paper cutter. So I will keep it for, let's say this area is sharp, already sharp. But if you feel like you don't have any sharp area, so you just cut it. Again, you have some sharp area here, right? And use this area only for tiny areas. And before starting, make sure that your any area, if you are using the graphite sheet or graphite pencil to do the drawing, make sure you use your clay eraser and then dab it. Remove the extra graphite so it will not going to affect your shades, right? So here again you can see a lot of graphite is there. So I'll make sure, or I will simply use this way, and it will going to lift extra graphite. This eraser is quite useful. You can use it. So I'm just going to work on this one. So I'll make sure that there is no extra graphite. Okay. Now we are all set. First, we are going to start with this yellow. Now, what you can do with your sharp edge, first of all, just secure the edges part. So what I'm going to do, just roughly do the drawing this way. And before starting, make sure your pastels are clean. Wait, let me show you. Is it clear? It's green. I think it's looking a little bit blurry. So what you have to do, you have to secure the edges. For this, you can use the sharp pastel and then just secure the edges part. When you are working with one subject, just focus on one subject. Don't think that I'm going to work everywhere. This is deep yellow. If you don't have deep yellow, you can use orangish yellow, which has some orange touch. Or even you can pick any yellow. Don't worry. I'm just trying to fill the edge part, and you have to only go with layering method and try to keep your hand very light. Right? So I secured these edges. Now I can go with broad side of pastel. First of all, I'll make sure that my pastel is nicely clean. So just clean it once before using, and then I will go and apply. Okay, one thing I forget to mention here, that if in your work some areas are bright light, so what you have to do, first of all, secure those areas. Okay, I have this white color. I'm just going to clean it first. And here are my highlights. So where where you can see the highlight. First of all, in this white paper, I have to secure those white areas. So you can put some pressure here and just secure the edges. At the end, I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. And you can little bit spread more. So around highlight, you can spread little bit more. So it will help you to bring a soft edge. Here also I can feel like there are some highlights. So I'll just roughly go and do some highlights here. Okay, I secured this area. It is not visible, but I have added white here. Now I can use my color. So here I'm starting with same yellow. Wherever I feel like I can use that yellow. And I will just cover the highlight part also because we are doing with light pressure. So it's okay to cover the highlight. Because highlight we have secured in our base. Now, if you feel like there is a overlapping of subject, what you do, use the backside of pastel if you are not able to manage. And if you're working with pastels from quite some time, so it will not be a problem for you. You will easily able to manage even with broad side. So one side of pastel, you will always keep it secure for tiny areas, sharp edges. Go with lighter hand. We don't have to apply any kind of high pressure, right? Okay, now this area also. One more thing, if you are not able to put light pressure, what you can do, just instead of holding your pastels from here, you hold your pastels from here. This way you will not able to put much pressure in your shade, right? So this is the right way of doing. If you are not able to add less pressure or light pressure, so hold your pastels from back side, from here. So in this workshop, I am just teaching you one thing, that is layering, because I want to make things simple for you. So without using plenty of colors, without using plenty of techniques, we are just using one technique, that is layering. Okay. So one area we are done. Now we have to ask ourselves, what is that another color which I can use on top? So see your color palette and just check which color I can use. So in my set, I can see I have these color. So I have right now used this color. Maybe I don't want to use these color, or I just simply want to use this color which is orange. So just use this color. There is no rule that you have to go this way, right? Today I want to pick this color, so I'll pick this one. Make sure your pastels are clean. Here you can see another pigment, right? So first make sure your pastels are clean, then only apply. These are the small mistakes we don't take care, and then our painting start getting muddy. Now I will apply on those areas where I feel like it's more like a bright tone. So we are not moving towards a darker, but at least we are just putting second shade here. And again with the same pressure, no heavy pressure at all. And same way, if you want to cover the edges part, what you have to do, use the back side of pastel. Okay, so color I'm using here is orange. Light kind of orange. It says only orange. I'm using orange color. And take your time, relax. We don't have to hurry. Just enjoy the process. Especially around corners where things are overlapping. You have to be very careful and go slow. Your attitude will going to reflect in your painting. If you're just thinking like, let me finish this, I just want to finish it, so it will be visible in your work. And if you think like, no, I want really good work, so again it will be visible in your work. So the way you are approaching towards your painting will be visible in your work. You can see how lightly with light hand I'm going, and I'm trying to add that tone on top. So orange is everywhere almost, because I can see here and there orange. So what we can do, we can apply with light hand to all the areas. Very light hand. Don't worry if your highlights are completely covered, no problem. We have already secured the base, and we'll see at the end how to work. Okay, so the orange is done, right? Now, here also I have used orange, but there is white. So it will be something different, because base we have used different colors, so it will visible different, right? Now, next color that I want to use is a red. Now I have two kinds of red here. This is also red and this is also red. Both are red, right? One is from my Faber-Castells and one is from my Camel. So I'll see which one I will pick and I will use that color. Both are good. You can pick any color. So here I can just test this way how this color is looking. So this is my one red and this is my another red. This is from Faber-Castells. I like this color also. Maybe I can use this one for darker shade, little bit darker. And then I have one more, which is, this is Scarlet. Scarlet from Camel. This is the color. So I'm checking which color I should use here, right? So what I'm doing, I am going to use this color, which is Camel. Um, See, it is not written here. I can't find which color is this, but it's red. Don't go with the exact color. You can just pick any kind of red from your side. It should be bright, not too dark, right? So now I'm going to use this red. But again, with lighter hand, it should not be too dark. And one side of pastel, I can cut it to make it sharp, right? So what I'll do, one side of pastel is broad and one side I'll just cut to keep it sharp. Now here I can use, where I have those tiny areas, I can use this red. and then go with the small circular motion. Don't put pressure, don't try to fill the tooth areas. No problem. If you have number of layers, let's say you have done 5 layers, 6 layers, so these tooth will automatically fill. You don't have to worry. So just see your reference image, which area you feel like that you want to make it more red. If you don't want to make it more red, so apply less red there. So here I don't want more red, it is like more orangish tone. So I will just apply with light hand. And the edge part here will be, because this is the highlight, right? So here, somewhere here will be the reflected light. So I am not going to completely make it red. There will be orange also. That means reflected lights are a little bit lighter. So here I am again going to do layer with orange only because I want to make it more orangish. Edge part. Again keep a light pressure. So we are doing layering with the red, but with light hand. Where orange is more, you apply less red. Right? So here these area orange is more, so I'm going to apply less red here also. Just a very light hand. Here also I want to make it more orangish tone, so I will use less red. And if you are not clear which areas will go brighter, again squint your eyes, divide into two or three shades. So what are three shades? Highlights. So highlight is one shade. Then another shade is lightest tone. These are orangish reddish tone. And then darker tone is which is more like a darker red or uh, brown, these kind of tones. And if accidentally your pastel go out, you can scrape it. We don't have to worry about the subject if it goes out. Why? Because background we have, like we can cover with background, right? So those things can be fixed, but make sure that you don't go. Paint carefully. Now what I did, I applied one lighter layer of red. Now again I'm going to pick my orange, and again I'm going to, so this is the base orange which I have used. Now again I'm going to pick orange and again apply on top of red. What will happen? Blending will automatically happen here. Right? So I'm starting from here, and don't use the tip part of pastel. See, many of you, what you are doing, you are using the tip part. You have to use the flat. See, this is my pastel, and just use this way, little bit lift from one side and just use the flat area. What will happen when you go this way and you do small circular motion, you will see the little bit blending is happening. But we don't have to intentionally do a blending, right? Just make your pastels flat, don't use the tip part, and then keep doing small circular motions. So slowly layer it. I'm layering with orange here, and wherever I have applied red, that is also I'm going to mix, because that will turn more reddish orange. Where orange is less, red is more, so it will look like a reddish orange. Where orange is more and red is less, so it will look like orangish red. That color will be dominant in that area. Hmm. If you want to secure your highlight from very starting, you can do that. You can keep adding white in that area or pinkish tone in that area. So there are multiple ways of using oil pastels. I secure my highlights so that later when I am done with my painting, all final details and touches are done, and then I'm going to work on highlights. That way your highlights will be fresh and safe. And if you're not comfortable with the broad pastel, initially you can what you can do, sharp like a pencil, because you are not practicing those exercises, so it will be difficult for you to handle, right? So what you can do, you can sharp like a pencil. So here you can see different kind of, somewhere orange is more, somewhere red is more, you will see like that. Now what, again look for little bit more darker shade, that what shade I can use here which can look a little bit um darker, more darker. Yes, so how to cover the grainy surface? Keep layering it. If you blend in an initial stage, first of all, it will going to block your layers. It will going to make your paintings flat, right? So first of all, we have to just make sure that we are layering. Just make sure that your values are right in all the areas. And then when we are completely fine that, okay, we have put all the values, then we are going to use the blending technique, right? But not right now. So I'm going to put more red here. Again, pick your red and then apply wherever you want. So here I feel it's some area where I can see it's a red. I will again apply uh, this red. So I'm using this red, which is scarlet red. Okay. And now I'm only going to focus on areas which are more red. And see, sometimes you will experience that few colors are not working. Maybe in your case, some colors will not work. So find some substitute. What else I can use? If this red is not working, pick some another red. No one is asking you. I'm using the scarlet red here, and only look for the darker areas which are quite dark. So first apply red in those areas. So what will happen? You will get more idea when you see three dimension kind of thing coming up. Go with the small circular motion. This white tooths will be automatically filled, and go slow. So I'm applying red to those areas where I feel like darker tones, like red tones are more or darker tones are more. I don't like camel red. I like more Faber Castell red. So I'm just layering with the red right now. And then again, I will pick some orange. So I have this orange, this one, I'm going to use this orange. Again, this is plain orange. And now on top of red, again, I can go with small circular motion. See which areas are more reddish orange or orangish red. So you apply. Here I'm applying little bit of more pressure. You can say medium pressure. So this is ongoing process. Sometimes you will feel like you need darker color, apply dark. Then darker means when you are using red kind of tones, and again you feel like you need white tones on top or pinkish tone or any lighter color, you can do it, right? Don't feel like that we only need dark, lighter layers in base. I said only avoid darkest tones which are close to black or family of black. Please keep yourself muted. Right, so here you can see blending is automatically happening and you can see the tooths are nicely filled now. But you don't have to put heavy pressure. Okay, so this much is done. Right now it is looking like a orangish red. Okay, now I have to pick some more darker red. And here you can see it, these pastel particles, just keep wiping. Otherwise, it can also affect your work. So I use this kind of brushes. You can use watercolor brush, but keep something. Don't wipe with your hand. Now let's pick some which can be, okay, this color. Either I can go for doing the darker tones, these are the shades. See, I have this tone, I have this. Which one is lighter? I'm going to use that. I have this one. I have also this one, which is Feather Pastel Dark, but it feels like more rough to me. I can't use this color at all. So I have these two color, and plus I have also this one. This is quite dark. I'm not sure about using this one right now. I will pick from these two, right? So maybe let me try with this one, this one. Okay, so here you can see it is not working because it's hard and it will not give me result that much. See, it is not working at all. Or you can see little bit it is working. But what will happen if you try to put pressure, it will going to peel your layers. So it's a bad idea to use this color. Keep it still, right? I have this another tone, which is this one, darker tone. So I can use this color. So let's try with this one and see this is working. So I'm just going to work on the shade areas. Go with the small circular motion. If you feel like my colors are coming off, it is peeling, this is happening, that is happening, use a position, a different position of your pastel the way you are applying. And it will be good if you apply the small circular motions, right? On screen, it is looking quite dark, but it is not that much dark. Go with light hand. I'm just focusing on darker areas. So here are the areas which are dark. Use the back side of pastel if you are not able to work on these areas. Shadows we have to do with the light hand. Because this is just a base layer, I am going to apply again red on top to make it reddish dark tone, right? Here also. You can also use toothpick. I have this toothpick here. If you feel like there is some overlapping and which is by mistake covered, so you can just scrape that area. If color accidentally enter in any area, you can scrape it. Right. So I think here also little bit I want to add dark tone here, just in this edges part, not much, very less. Okay, and I have now applied darker color, which is brown, right? This brown. Now I am going to pick my red color again because I want to prepare darker tone of red. So see if I, on top of this brown, if I mix red, what will happen? It will make this color dark red. So this is how we do color mixing with oil pastel. Right? So what I did first, base was brown, and on top of brown I have again used red. So now this is looking darker red. If you don't have much colors in your set, use color mixing technique. So same thing I'm going to do here. I am going to apply red here on top of those brown tones. Again, make your pastel flat and then go in a small circular motion. Nothing will happen. And if you feel like again you are struggling to do that, you feel like colors are coming off, so you need practice. Don't put pressure anywhere because layers are soft. right? So here you can see I'm leaving one light. This we call a reflected light. Don't make this area dark. So that's why most of the works look like copy and pasted on top. Why? Because we completely hide these lights. And if any area is looking like patchy, leave that area for some time. Work on some other area. So here I'm applying red more. Here also I'm applying the red. And if you feel like some area should go more orangish red or it should look more warm, so you can pick your pastels again. So I'm going to use yellow here because I want to make some area more yellowish orange, right? So that way I can go again on top with yellow with a small circular motion. And now we are doing blending with yellow. Go with light hand because you are increasing the number of layers. So that way your pastels will be soft. And as a beginner, I don't recommend you to finish your entire work in one day. If you feel like something is happening, colors are coming off, or it is not working, you can leave right now and work next day. Do it with light hand. Now I have made this orangish red. Now what I can do with my finger, I can dab some of layers. So with the light hand, I'm just going to dab it. No dragging, no mixing, nothing, just dab it. So this way what will happen? All those layers will get fixed. And you have some oils in your fingertips. So it will going to give you a good kind of blending. Right, so I can switch to more darker tone, which is this one, right? So instead, again, I'm going to go with a light hand on top. Some area you can just scribble this way. See, leave some areas. What I'm doing, I am just doing this way, leaving some areas. So I'm scribbling, right? Same way I'm doing here. What will happen? It will take some, make some these kind of tiny, tiny droplets, which you can see here, or it will look like some texture is there. Few things you do today, few things you do tomorrow, but don't try to finish the subject in one day. Even I will not plan to finish this entire thing in one day if you are planning for realism, right? So after doing this, I'm dabbing. Here also I will add some red. This is maroon, okay? Darker maroon. This area will go more darker. And here I have to maintain this light. So again, I will use orange and I will try to maintain light here. Now, what you have to do, take some break and observe your work from distance. So you can place your work somewhere vertically and then go back and see your work from distance. It should something look like this. These are the exercises you should do in between, right? Otherwise, you will never get idea how much you have worked in your painting. Now, what is missing here? Lighter tones are missing here, right? So here what I can do, I can pick my white color because lightest light shades are important, darkest dark shades are important. So I'm going to use white now. Again, use white same, small circular motions. So I will just go and apply wherever I feel like lighter tone is there. I'm just going and applying that lighter tone. So around that highlight, there are some lighter tones, so you can apply that. Okay, and somewhere here. Again, I will go with my orange and put some orange tone again. If you feel like orange is missing or you should put more orange, so do it. Somewhere I'm adding white, then again I'm adding orange, then again adding darker color. So this is how we do the adjustment with values. It's fine if you are not able to understand what's going on, why we are using so many shades. It's fine. You are doing maybe pastels for first time. Again, I'm going to fix few lights with scarlet red, or I will see I have this, if this work. This is perfect red, but I don't have in my set. I'm running out of few colors. I don't know this red is there in my set or not, but this is from Faber-Castell and it looks good, but it is not working on top. See, it is quite hard and it is not working on top, so I can't use this color. We'll stick to red, scarlet red. And then these areas will go more darker. So I'm using violet color here. This is, I'm going to show you here. See, this is one violet and this is another violet. So you can pick any one. Maybe this one I can use. Let's see. Okay, this is hard. I can't use. So this one I can use. Let's see this one. If you're using darker color, make sure you go with lightest hand. We just have to apply on top and then we are going to blend it again. So only working on areas which feel like darker to me, but not too dark. This area is quite dark, this area. And then again, I can blend with red, right? So with light hand, just go with your red again on top and it will make it darker red. So you can see how we have filled those white tooth of paper. And then I can blend few things with my finger. And make sure you are using clean finger, okay? Every time you go to lighter areas or you are blending, so you will accidentally have some pigment in your fingers and that can affect your work. Okay, some red, more red. Now this is just a final layer that I'm putting on top. And after this, I'm going to work with lighter tones. Lighter tones we have not done yet, but all the darker values we are almost done. Okay, so this is how it is looking. Again, I will show you from distance. This is how it is. And now areas that we have secured with white, what you have to do, you have to take this type, you can take a toothpick or you can take any sharp tool. Maybe you can, if you have palette knife, you can use the palette knife, or you can use, you must be having a scratching tool in your set. Even you can use that, right? Anything you can use for scratching. So I'm going to use this toothpick and then I'm going to scratch the surface where I did white. Now you can see how we are going to get the white. And when you scratch again, make your toothpick or make your tool flat. Don't use a tip part. If you try to do with tip part, again, it can make your edges quite sharp. So use flat. Okay. So here it's quite bright. Go in a small circular motion and keep wiping because you will see this pastel here. And then even I can blend with this toothpick. Make it flat, make it flat, and then you can reduce the sharpness. Same here, I'm going to scratch it. You don't have to scratch completely wherever you want. You can keep it like that. And same way we can make a droplets, right? But making droplets, I'm not going to make it more confusing for you all. Let's keep it simple. Only we are going to put highlights here. No droplets. So I'm just scratching wherever I need. I just scratch those areas. And then even this is how we can do tiny, tiny, details. And then wipe with the brush. Where is my brush? Yes. Okay. And then dab it. It should not be harsh. So when you scratch it, it will look harsh. So we just have to make it soft. And then again, you can go with your white on top and make those areas more brighter. So here like this one, it's more bright. So you can just go in a small circular motion and outside you can make it more bright. And try to keep some different variety in your shades. Don't keep all type of, same type of brightness everywhere. Okay. It is not same, it is different. So keep dabbing, make it soft. It should not be too harsh because I can't see any harsh light here. And then again, I can go with my orange. So multiple time we can go with orange. We can fix things. Again, go back. This thing will be on. And now I'm going to work on this part, stem part. So how to do this area? Let's see. Pick something which is lighter in this area. So what lighter shade we have? We have this one, which is uh, medium yellow or lemon yellow. If you have this color, medium yellow or lemon yellow, you can use this color. And then first of all, just apply to entire stem part. And even you can, if you feel like this area is quite tiny, you are not able to do. So use the back side of pastel, cut it nicely, make it sharp. So everywhere, because yellow I can feel is everywhere in the stem part. So this is the base color. Here are some areas I feel like I need to scratch because stem is not visible nicely. So this way you can scratch. And again apply. Now next I need green. I can use this green. I have olive green. I can use this color. And again, one side, because this is a tiny area, so I have to sharp my pastel. Again, cut it. I'm going to cut the pastel. And now you can see a nice clean edge. Okay. And then I'm going to apply this. You can leave some of the areas, don't cover it completely. Just leave few this color, yellow. Somewhere I'm leaving yellow, somewhere I'm just applying that green. Okay, now I'm going to pick more darker green. So now I have, first I have used this green, which is olive green, this green, and now I'm going to use sap green, this one. So same, I have to sharp the back side. So I have a clean edge now, and then we are going to sharp some of the areas. And we also have the background, so you can leave this area, right? Leave the background part. And I'm only focusing on darker area. See where that darker green is, only applying that area. So I'm randomly applying in some areas. Okay, and I feel like this color is not working nicely. This is almost dry. My oils are almost dry from this color. So randomly, I will just add this way, leave some of the areas. Then now here what I can do, I don't have more options for darker tones to make this area dark. Now I'm going to use my black, right? So green I have already used. On top of green, I'm going to use some areas so that it looks more darker. So what I'm doing, I have this sap green. On top of this sap green, I'm going to use black. Now this will become more darker sap green. It will not look black because base is green. So here even you can use on top of light green, and even you can use on top of dark green. So it will look darker version of sap green. And here I will apply just dark. So how to handle these tiny area? We do exercise in detail. So here I can't teach you those exercises. But make sure that you give your best. List, no worries. So somewhere I am just leaving that black very light, so that again I can go with my green on top and I can make it more like green color, not black. So now again I will go with green and I will make it more green. It should not look blackish. So same thing I'm going to do. I will use sap green and let's go on top of black. Again I can use some yellow. Again some olive green. So here I can use olive green again. Okay. Now we have to clean some of the areas. So if you see these areas, this area and the background, it is completely mixing. It is not looking like it is sitting on top. So what we have to do, either we have to clean this area or we have to clean this area. One area should be clean. So I can just do something here to make this area clean. So I will just scratch with my this toothpick and I will simply do something like I will add few dashes or something so that it looks clean, right? Here and then smudge it. For smudging, you can use a small size blending stump because it should not be loud, right? So now this is little bit looking separated from the background. Even I'm going to even I'm going to clean this area more by adding some black line. Okay, and then Here also, I feel like this is blending. It is not nicely visible. So again, I will scrape this area. Scrape the background. So with the light hand, I'm going to scrape it so that this area will get more clean. So we are cleaning the area which are overlapping. Little bit, not much. Here also, I'm going to clean some of the area. Now the same way we have applied black, same way we can apply white. I have white, again I'm going to cut it down, get a sharp edge, and then same way I can put lines. Here is one curve. I'm just putting more emphasis here in this curve so that it looks a little bit different. And then here also we have one line. Again, this white is completely dry, so I'm not able to use much. Now check the areas which you feel like still smudging with each other, right? So we have to fix those areas. So here I can use my this salmon pink color. This one, this one. And I'm going to this one and red also because we are cleaning these areas. So I'm going to apply some red here from outside to clean this area. Maybe I should turn this way so that it is visible to you. I am going to clean this area. Again, I can redefine that area. So now this is time taking process. So here again, I'm scraping some of the area so that my overlapping is nicely visible. So basically, we are cleaning areas. I'll take this dark maroon and I'm going to clean some of the areas more. Right, so we are almost done. So here I have shown you the basic of oil pastels. This is not the advanced one because we have to go step by step. Right, I'll show you from distance. This is how it is looking. And then add white. I have one soft white, and this is from gallery. You can buy this one separately. Set of six pastels are available. This one you must have, like for adding final details and touches, because we are not using anything, no acrylic, no gouache, nothing. So you can buy this one set of calorie. It will just cost you 2 to 300 rupees, right? And it will help you to do few details on top. So here I have same color. I'll show you. So this way I add, because harder pastels will not going to work at this time, or you have to wait for 1 day. Let your layers dry and then you can go and work. That's it. Don't make it too bright. That looks unnatural. Yourself muted, please. Okay, so I hope you got idea how we have to do it. What is this white called? This is oil pastel white from gallery. See, I have this separate white, and this is Mungyo gallery white. Okay, so I got set of six because in oil pastels we need lots and lots of white, lots and lots of white, because we don't have anything. In watercolor, you can use water to reduce the saturation of any color, right? But with oil pastel, we need whites more. So we keep extra set of white. So these are good. You can apply on top. Okay, so this is what we did today. I hope rest you all can do. It is just the same thing everywhere. Yeah, Veena, thank you. Yes, it and we are just here for I think 2 hours, almost 2 hours, right? But I have only shown you with basic oil pastel, that was camel. Yes, purely I was using camel. Only white thing I have done with gallery, right? Or Mungyo gallery oil pastel. Now, we don't do this when we are attempting the realistic kind of work or professional works. Professional works approach is something different. Okay. But I hope you all got idea that how to work with pastels. I am going to switch my screen.